You have scanned the QR code for augmented reality, also known as AR. Augmented reality is an interactive experience where the real world environment and the objects in the real world are enhanced using computer generated images by the user. With AR for the projects in which my students completed, the students actually used several apps in order to create biomes or ecosystems. One of the programs that we used is called AR Maker. Now, this is only available for Apple devices, so this is in the Apple App Store. And ladies and gentlemen, the AR Maker is a pretty unique tool because this augmented reality tool allows students to sketch or scan the world around them and actually create 2D or 3D virtual objects in the environment in the real world environment. So, as you may have heard me say before, that my students have struggled in years past with ecosystems and some of the standards there, particularly with consumers and producers, the food chain, food web, I mean, all those things. And so this was just another tool that I thought would help them visualize and actually immerse themselves in that experience. And so once you open or download that app, so go ahead and take care of that if you haven't done so already, you can actually go right on into some of those pre-made templates that are at the top. We don't have a lot of options. There are really two feasible ones for my fifth graders, and that one would be the ocean scene there. The other one, the students could use that farm template that's in there, maybe for, a tundra, or sorry, a taiga perhaps. They could use that and, use the paintbrush tool to create a pond and add a few animals in there. Okay, so go ahead and open up that app. And now, the next thing you need to do, because you need to think in that the three-dimensional planes there, you will need to actually select a flat surface, and the tutorial will walk you through that process. Select a flat surface with which you will build and create in the three dimensions. Okay, so to the left, once you've selected your plane, you can go ahead and begin to add animals and plant life to augment the real life surface. That paintbrush tool can allow you to create waves and create water. You can maybe, create a blue rectangle or a blue square. You can even possibly create a cube. There's also a sand grid that you can use to create the ocean floor. Okay, so continue to add items along the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis in order to fill that space horizontally, vertically, and also to fill that third dimension. Okay, do make sure that your images that you the images that you created or the experiences that you create are saved to your library. Take a look at some of the other templates and see what you can create. And also, this is that time when, I'd say, start to think about, ways that you can actually use this outside of my fifth grade science standards. Especially, there's ways that I've even seen with storytelling, students working together to use, maybe recreate the Three Little Pigs with that farm template. But there are other templates that you can use. There's a city feature, there's a mythical land template in there. So think of some ways you can use this. Maybe even, goodness, I don't, those who study the world history in high school, studying the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages, that mythical template might be relevant with the castles involved in there. So think of some ways and add them to the Padlet that we have. If you can go to bit.ly /P4S Padlet and start curating some other ways that you can actually use this augmented reality tool with your students, and also talk with your neighbors. Maybe get some ideas across grade levels, whether it's elementary to high school or middle, And last but not least, it's now time to scan a new QR code on your dice to learn about another tool that my students use to create experiences. Okay, enjoy.